Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to the scale here for Bellator's doubleheader weekend. Yesterday we weighed the fighters in for tonight's Bellator 231 live on Paramount Network. So we'll see you inside the arena in a couple of hours for the action getting underway at Mohegan Sun. But now we'll weigh in the fighters for the second half of our doubleheader weekend. Bellator 232 live on Dazn. For those joining us in the live stream, we welcome you to our East Coast home here at Mohegan Sun. As we get set for the weigh-ins now, we'll work our way up to the main event, the $1 million final fight of the Welterweight World Grand Prix, a rematch. MacDonald, the champion, Lima, the challenger, looking to become a three-time world champion. That again in the main event will put them on the scale last. We'll start first with our prelim card. All fights this weekend sanctioned by and under the supervision of the Mohegan Tribe, Department of Athletic Regulation Chief Lynn Malerba, Chairman James Gessner, Director Mr. Mike Mazzulli. With that, let's put your first fighters on the scale now. Prelim card live on the Bellator MMA Global app and live on Dazn. First up, we'll start with the blue corner. It'll be flyweights to kick it off. Your first fighter, please welcome Tevin Dice. Out of Bronx, New York, 3-1 as a professional. His official weight, 125.25. And now his opponent fighting out of the red corner from Brooklyn, New York. Please welcome Zaruk Adashev. The Lion returning to the Bellator cage at 2-1 as a pro. 125.5 on the scale. 125.5 pounds for Adashev. Next up on the prelim card, bantamweight set for 3 5-minute rounds. First fighter, blue corner, please welcome Jornel A1 Lugo. Undefeated early on at 2-0 from West Palm Beach, Florida. 136 even, 136 even on the scale. And his opponent back in the Bellator cage from Narragansett, Rhode Island. Please welcome John Duma. 4-1 as a professional. $135 even on the scale for Duma. Next up on the prelim card, flyweights set to square off. First up from East Providence, Rhode Island, Dan Cormier. Official weight, 125.5, 125.5. Now his opponent back in the Bellator cage from Meridian, Connecticut, Mr. Nice Guy, Johnny Lopez. 124 even, 124 pounds for Lopez. Next up, it'll be lightweights. First up on the scale from South Berwick, Maine, Devin Powell. 9-4 as a professional. $155.25, 155.25 pounds for Powell. his opponent from Spring Valley, New York, back in the Bellator cage, the Blueprint, Marcus Surin. 6-1 as a professional, 155 even on the scale. 155 for Surin. Next up on the prelim card, lightweights once again. First up on the scale, blue corner, Dominic Domination Jones. Jacksonville, Florida, 154.25. 154 and 1/4 pounds for Jones. Next up, making his Bellator debut from Port Moody, British Columbia, Canada, fearless Lance Gibson Jr. £155 even for Gibson Jr. with senior looking on. Next up, your final prelim. It'll be welterweights. 3 5-minute rounds, of course. Blue corner first, Ryan Hardy Boy, Hardy Evans. By way of Gordon Heights, New York, fighting out of Bohemia, New York. His weight 170 even, 170 pounds even. Next up, his opponent out of the red corner, Demetrios Demigod Plaza. From Wappingers Falls, New York, officially 170.5, 170.5 pounds. Next up, we'll kick it off the main card on Dazn, 2:32 tomorrow night from Mohegan Sun. First up onto the stage, out of the blue corner, a catchweight contract fight rather at 160 pounds. This is Craig Campbell. Kamikaze on the scale, 158 even, 158 even. And now his opponent, fighting out of Long Beach, California, by way of Miami, Florida, Team Kimbo. This is Baby Slice. Again, your first fight on the main card, live on DAZN. Contract weight 160 for the two fighters. Slice weighs in 160 even. 160 pounds even for Slice. Second fight up, live on DAZN. We'll go to your blue corner first from Anadarko, Oklahoma. Please welcome Manny, the Dragon Muro. This fight also contract weight 160. Muro on the scale, 160 even. 160 pounds even for the Dragon. And now returning to the Bellator cage from Milford, Connecticut, please welcome notorious Nick Newell. 16-2 as a pro, 1-0 in the Bellator cage. That win, his last fight, by way of submission. Notorious on the scale, officially 159.75, 159 and 3/4 pounds. Next up, your third fight on the main card, live on Dazn, bantamweight, set for 3 5-minute rounds. First up, blue corner, making his Bellator debut, Isaiah the Beast Chapman. 9-3 as a pro from Akron, Ohio. Officially 136.25, 136.25. And now his opponent returning to the Bellator cage where he's 1-0. Overall as a pro, undefeated at 11-0. From Angola, New York, Patchy No Love Mix. On the scale, 136 even for Mix, 136. Next up, it'll be the co-main event tomorrow night live on DAZN from Mohegan Sun. Contracted at 175. First fighter, blue corner, the assassin, Syed Awad. The 20-fight veteran in the Bellator cage overall as a professional stands at 23-12 from San Bernardino, California. Syed on the scale officially 173, 173 pounds even. And now his opponent, 11 times inside the Bellator cage, a 60-fight veteran overall. Please welcome from Nottingham, England, Paul Semtex Daly. As a pro, an incredible 41-17-2 record, 32 knockouts, 19 coming in the first round. Officially, 174.75, 174 and 3/4 pounds for Daly. And now the moment we've been waiting for since January 20th of 2018, their first meeting at Bellator 192, where their title changed hands between the two of them. They'll run it back as the final fight of the Welterweight World Grand Prix. $1 million on the line. We welcome first the challenger, Douglas, the Phenom, Lima. Lima. The two-time former Bellator welterweight world champion as a pro, 31-7 overall. His weight, 169.25, 169 and 1/4 pounds. And now, the champion making his third title defense from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Please welcome the defending Bellator welterweight world champion, the Red King, Rory MacDonald. (21-5-1) overall as a professional. His sixth fight in the Bellator cage, and he weighs in officially 169.75, 169, 3/4 pounds for the champ, MacDonald. There it is, your matchup. Robin Black's been talking about it all week long. It's MacDonald, Lima. $1 million on the line. Welterweight gold at stake. The main event, MacDonald, Lima 2. On behalf of all of us here at Bellator MMA, Luis, Mercedes, myself, Mike Williams, Scott Coker, Rich Chow and the gang, we thank you for joining us for our second weigh-in of the weekend. The action kicks off tonight. Bellator 231 doubleheader continues tomorrow night with the fighters you saw here on the scale for Bellator 232 live on Dazn. For those joining us on live stream, thank you for joining us, and we will see you tonight and again tomorrow night. Tonight, Paramount Network. Tomorrow night, live on Dazn. Again, thanks for joining us here at Mohegan Sun. Good luck on the gaming floor, and we'll see you inside the arena in just a few hours.